Hey everyone, it's great to see you again. Today we're going to be leveling off some land in this little area here where I'm going to be continuing to build some more of my town, and I thought I'd make a video to help you guys out, show you tips on how to level some ground out here. So let's get started. On this side right here where I have all these chests, I'm going to level it out so that it's about the same level as the bottom of the chest or the top of the ledge right there. And then down here at the bottom, I'm going to level it out so that it's more closer to the top of that ledge right there. So I got a lot of work to do. Let's get started right away and remove some of these rocks. I had a bit of a major computer meltdown today, and I had to completely wipe my computer and start it like it was factory spec, and it was kind of a nightmare, and it's still giving me some problems, and I'm not really sure what in the world happened to it, but we will muddle through. Alright, so first thing you're going to need to level ground off, guys, is a hoe. And the hoe is one of the first tools you can get in the game when you get your first workstation. Yeah, you just need 5 wood and 2 stone. So it's literally one of the first items you can get in the very beginning of the game. And then the other item that is going to help you out a lot is a pickaxe. And a pickaxe, guys, the first pickaxe you can get in Valheim is right after you kill Ekthir, the first boss in Valheim. So if you're a really good player, you can literally walk over to Ekthir with a wood club and like a shield and just destroy him by not ever getting hit by any of his abilities. Anyways, those are the first 2 items you're going to need. I'm just going to start to see what I'm kind of working with here and how bad it is going to be. I'm just going to go around here and kind of start to get this leveled out here and find out how much work I got for myself. So one thing about leveling ground, guys, is you'll kind of notice here is when you go uphill and you're faced uphill and you use your hoe, it's going to push the ground down. And the exact opposite is true when you're going to go downhill and you use your hoe and you're facing downhill, it's going to raise the ground up. So keep that in mind when you're doing this, so that you don't have to use as much stone when you're raising your ground up. I think one of the problems I'm having on this particular server I'm on right now is that I have so much stuff because my town is starting to get kind of big. I have so many things in this instance that it's starting to give me a little bit of a lag issue. The reason why I'm kind of running back over here and going down the hill is what I was just talking about a little bit ago. Otherwise I would just turn around and start going back this way. But I want to raise the ground up more than I want to push it down. So that's why I'm starting from the highest point and working down the hill, so every time I use my hoe it raises the ground up more instead of pushing it down, which is going to help me in the long run because I won't have to use as much stone and resources to raise the ground up. Now this originally was a path leading out of town towards a mountain area that I got my silver from. Since I'm done with that aspect of the game, I'm working on my own little town, so I am wanting to expand into this area right here. It's actually a little bit too high, isn't it? Yeah, it's a little too high. So I'm going to take my pickaxe out, just knock it down a little bit. Don't get too crazy and go too deep, or you'll just have to add dirt back in, which is a pain in the rear end. I'm just gonna go one hit all the way around that And then, so now it's at the level I want it to be, you know? And I'm just going to continue to do that one hit. Move and one hit. And this is, see how it's kind of exactly flat? Alright. I'm just going to keep doing that until I get this whole little area at the exact height I want it to be, pretty much. All you got to do is be careful that you don't double hit or click too fast, and that way you're not digging a hole in, and then you won't have to redo everything by leveling it out again and then digging it down. Pickaxe in this game is really solid for leveling. Alright, so now I can get my my hoe back out. Just go over this again real quick. See that? We're already making a lot of good progress here. I'm going to start to come off of here, and the best way to do this is you're right here with the raise ground tool, basically. What you want to do is just get it so that it's about a quarter of the way, and just continue to go off of that so that you don't have to work up off the ground every single time. And sometimes that's what you want to do, is work up off the ground. Sometimes that's exactly what it takes to get things right where you need them to be. Because you're pretty close to where you want to be. So right here, I'm pretty much at the height I want to be. But if I go right here again, it's going to get way too high. Like if I go halfway, watch. Like that. See, it went above where I want it to be. So one thing you can do is get to the edge again and just go, instead of going right here, you can go kind of halfway up and hit the button. And see, it didn't go all the way to the ground, but it lowered it where you wanted it to go. So now you can kind of do like a mixture of on top and in the middle, and it kind of keeps it at the point where it doesn't never get too high or too low, which is kind of cool. Be honest with you guys, the more you play with the hoe, the easier it gets to kind of control exactly what you're trying to accomplish. Just keep working the ground here. It's nice to have also, it's nice to have a something that tells you like what you want your level to be at, and then later on, if you want to, once you get the ground all leveled out at the exact way you want it to be and it's all perfect and stuff, then if you want to, you can just take the wall down or whatever if that's what you really want to do. It's not like you have to keep it there. But it's nice to have like a guide to help you realize, oh, this is the height I want to be at. If that's what you're after. If you're just after, like, you don't really care like what the height is at and stuff, that's different. But if you kind of want to keep it all the same exact height, it's much easier to put some kind of a guide down to let you remember that this is the height you want to be at. So I got that kind of. Now I can just kind of go over this a little bit and flatten it out and see how bad it is. I need to eat something, get my stamina back up. Got some low stamina when you don't have food. Yeah, that's one thing that will really help you out too, guys, is even if it's in the very beginning of the game for you, just go ahead and make sure that you got some food in your stomach so that your stamina isn't only the 3 little bars or whatever from the very beginning of the game. At least eat some raspberries, and if you've made it to the Black Forest, you can eat some blueberries, and if you one honey or a mushroom. know a lot of people like to keep their mushrooms for when they're going to breed their boars, because the boars like to eat the mushrooms. And that's fine if you don't want to use your mushrooms up. Any food is better than no food when you're leveling ground and you're using so much stamina the whole time. I'm almost out of stone. This particular map that I'm doing here, that I'm on right now, is the first server that I ever made in Valheim. And so it's kind of a mixture between after I beat the game, then they came out with cheat codes and the building, what they call the building mode for the game. And this server right here is I don't know why I call it a server. It's not a server really, but this particular instance is a mixture between me beating the game and then just using the build mode to build things. And that's why you see me, I ran out of stone, but it's still allowing me to go ahead and keep dropping this foundation down, is because I shut off the dev commands, and I shut off the what's it called, the debug mode. They're all shut off. And I thought that was going to do the trick, but apparently I can still use stone even though I don't have any stone in my bags. So apparently shutting the commands off after you turn them on for some reason doesn't shut this aspect of it off for some reason. So that's interesting. Anyways, guys, I know a lot of you don't want to use the dev commands or the cheat codes, and I fully understand. I get you. But for the sake of this video, just showing you guys how to level the ground out and whatnot, I don't really have a problem with using them. I have about 5 or 6 different servers that I play on, and some of them I have my characters set up so they'll never see the dev commands. But this particular one, I have it set up so that if I ever just want to build things or try things out, I use this particular server for that stuff. And I think it's kind of a catch-20. It's kind of a catch-22, you know. You feel kind of guilty sometimes about using the dev commands, and other times you're like, oh, I just want to build some stuff today and have some fun without having to go collect wood and stone for 3 hours, you know? And so in that aspect, it's kind of cool, even though I feel like I would be happier with Valheim if the console commands never surfaced. I feel like it would be pretty much the most epic game that's come out in the last 10 years. I really love playing this game. But, you know, that's just the way life is sometimes. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep going around. Oh, brother. I'm just gonna keep going around this until we get this up at the level we want it to be. Uh-oh. No, I done it. It's kind of funny that you think you get it kind of to the point where you're kind of an expert at it after a point, after you've done this for like 20 hours or whatever of your life, and then you realize, hey, I still kind of suck at this. That's pretty funny. Alright, so I'm gonna get my pickaxe out here, because I'm literally at the point where I'm too high. And I'm just gonna hit it once and move forward, hit it once, move forward. And I'm going to continue to do that until I'm kind of, there we go. That's pretty much level, kind of. And this is kind of where a pickaxe really saves your bacon, because even though I went too high, by the time I get done with this pickaxe right here, this is going to be super flat without even going over it with the hoe. It's going to be like pretty good, right where I want to be. Just keep doing this. If you accidentally hit the same spot twice or something, it's not the end of the world. You can just pull out your hoe and fill the hole back up. It's no problem. See that, guys? Like, just using the pickaxe, you know, it got pretty much right at the level that I want it to be just by using the pickaxe. And I'm still a little bit higher than I want to be, but we'll see here. Let me pull out my hoe and start flattening this out again real quick, and it'll kind of tell me what I need to do here. This is also a really solid way of building roads around the world. If you want to travel from one place to another with your cart over a long distance because you want to transportate your ore from like your boat up into your base or anything like that, is a good way. If you want to watch a video on how to build roads and some different ideas for roads, I made a video about that. I'll leave it in the description for you guys to watch. So now it's looking really good, guys. I mean, we're really nice and flat right here. We're starting to come up on that side, and we got an area going around the edge over there. Also, guys, if you're interested in seeing a complete base tour of everything I got built in this area so far, there is a video about that. I will also leave that video in the description. I believe I have 27 to 30 Valheim videos now, all about different subjects and different things that I've found out in the game, and I'll leave a link to the full playlist in the description, guys. If you have time and you feel like watching some of them, I really appreciate it, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because I continue to come out with more content, and I don't just cover Valheim, I cover a bunch of different games, and just having fun with my channel. I'm trying to build it up and build a community of fun people and just play some games and all that good stuff. So I really appreciate a like, comment, and subscribe if you guys feel up to it, or if this video helped you out at all. I appreciate that. Let's see here, that's the wrong tool. There we go. Alright, so we're doing pretty well here. Honestly, I'm pretty sure you guys definitely have a gist at this point of what's going on. If you have an area like this that you do want to raise up, like I am, just keep going around the edge with the hoe, obviously, raising up the ground like this, and then if it gets too high, use your pickaxe on it and just rinse and repeat until you have it all the way filled in where you want it, and then you can level it off exactly at the level you want it to be leveled off at with your pickaxe, and then from there you're good to go. I mean, that's about all there is to it, to leveling out the ground. I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very, very much. My name's Roger, and I'll see you on the next adventure. Take care of yourself, everyone.